Oh, what is going on, guys? It's Shu here, bringing you a finale review of the second season of My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Playing the catch-up game, so apologize. I'm behind. New season's already happened, so gonna try to be caught up by the weekend. Please do join us for the podcast this Sunday or Saturday. We're still determining the day, so just be on the lookout for that. But definitely just getting back into the rhythm of reviews, guys. It's been quite hectic for me, so apologies. But let's get into this. So we start off this episode with I guess you could say, the fight between Six and Knuckle Duster. I gotta say, this was a fight that I wanted to see more of. Unfortunately, it was cut short. The explosion that Six caused was enough to kind of serve as a distraction. Knuckle Duster wasn't seen after that, neither was he. And it just kind of left things ambiguous, very just open-ended. We don't know what happened to them both until the very end. But we then go to see what's going on with Celebrity. Obviously, he's still recovering. The whole celebration, his entourage is there, his friends. But surprisingly, his wife made the trip to Japan. She comes. She's very happy to see him, but she's worried, sick, and typical tsundere Lolita action. She gives her kid to Makoto and just jumps and head first into him. And she loves him, obviously, but it's a lot on her to, have to worry about him and, obviously the baby. So we see that, he kind of just tries to downplay a little bit by saying, I was trying to show off for you. And it was also nice that she actually looks over to Koichi and kind of recognizes that this was the guy that helped keep him alive, and getting his, kind of thank you. And it's kind of messed up because other people were already thanking him, like Celebrity, Makoto, and even Pop. Like, they were all kind of giving him, compliments, but it wasn't until hearing her talk that, he kind of, was like, oh, shucks, thanks. No big deal. I was trying to help him out. And it was kind of a funny little scene. However, we then see Celebrity, kind of getting ready to go. They're at the airport. Everyone's saying goodbye to him. His wife's there. And then, of course, the paparazzi, arrive, and they start trying to get this story going that Makoto is the second woman. And it gets a little messy, but I like how things get kind of corrected. And Makoto actually chooses to go with Celebrity and his wife back to the States, so that way she can continue being his manager, which is a smart thing, because it's if she had stayed, she would have probably played a bigger role in the story, in the main story. So it makes sense. But she does leave, but not without looking back at Koichi and Pop. And I like how Pop kind of jumps up a little bit. But Makoto was definitely looking at Koichi and her, but she's got her heart set out for Koichi. Let's be honest. Makoto is in love with Koichi. It's more and more evident. In fact, we actually have a scene here where her brother, being the investigator that he is and detective, was going to look up, more about Koichi, but decided not to, since he kind of was important and helpful, and so they let it go. And she was just like, he's just someone that just wants to help out, and his goal isn't what you would normally think it is. So it is nice though. But after, obviously, she's gone, now it's just Pop and Koichi. And we kind of seen Koichi kind of realizing that he's kind of getting out of the hero phase, if that makes sense. Yes, he's helping out when he can, but he's only doing it for but so long, because actually time passes, and he's trying to find a job. He's trying to be more of a person that's kind of a stable, I guess, job, career. And Pop also kind of was feeling a little worried for him, because she's wondering, this is the end for him. Is he going to just stop being a hero? And overall, like, the vibe that this episode had was like a conclusion. And basically the episode kind of ends with them kind of going on patrol, and it's a nice little vibe. But like I said, it's just, it feels like this is the end of the series, and it doesn't end like this. Like, I already know it doesn't. So I'm really hopeful that they get a season 3. As far as I know, that I'm recording this, and has been a couple days, and I think maybe a week even, I haven't seen another official announcement of a season 3. So if it were to end, I'm kind of a little bummed out about it, because I was hoping they would adapt the entire story. But as far as this season, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. We got a little bit of a flashback arc with Aizawa, getting to understand him, how President Mike was, obviously Midnight, um, just all these characters, that were obviously grown-up heroes now, and just seeing characters like All Might as well, and other heroes being participating, and obviously Koichi and his growth. All that's been great. But I hope we get another one. I really have enjoyed this. But that is it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and apologies again for the late review. That's it for me, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all later.